Monday morning, we woke up to what a bull run looked like for about 7 minutes. And then it turns out that the Bitcoin ETF news was FUD. What went wrong? Welcome back, everyone. This was actually pretty terrible for Cointelegraph. For the people that were paying attention Monday morning, all of a sudden we saw an approximately $2,000 green candle start to form on Bitcoin. So on the 30-minute chart. So it was pretty crazy. And obviously, people like me were like, okay, what's going on? And all of a sudden, we start seeing tweets about how the BlackRock spot ETF was approved, but no actual sources. Not unusual, right? Not unusual, but definitely strange because normally you have the source. But in this space, it's quite often you do end up seeing, quote unquote, breaking news that doesn't really have a source for it right away. But when it comes to this type of stuff, I mean, you'd think that we would have an official source anyways. It turns out that Cointelegraph released that information without actually checking any sources. And of course, a whole bunch of other, quote unquote, news organizations went along with it. So let's dive into the sequence of events and what happened here. Try to understand what went wrong. Cointelegraph has provided clarification on how the false spot Bitcoin ETF approval news, which was released on its Twitter and Telegram platforms, came out. Cointelegraph stated that the news lead originated from an unconfirmed screenshot. I'm sorry, posted by an X user who claimed it was from the Bloomberg terminal. The post further contained details of how the team got wind of the rumored news through a Telegram channel, which they usually get developing stories. Upon getting wind of this rumor, one of the platform's employees reposted it in the internal Slack channel. Without confirming the authenticity of the news, another employee went on to publish the development on their X and Telegram platform. This was reportedly done without getting the required editorial approval. So keep in mind what I'm saying right now, because we're going to go take a look at a video after this of the chief editor or the editor-in-chief at Cointelegraph, which obviously, gives a bit of a different reason for what happened, why it happened. Following Cointelegraph's post, many, including Bloomberg ETF analysts James Seifert and Eric Balkanis, questioned the veracity of the news. While this was ongoing, the employee who initially shared the post in the Slack channel noted that the source could not be found, as the Telegram account that posted it seems to have been deleted. At that moment, right? At that moment, anything that you put out about that news should have been deleted. You clearly, this was, to me at that moment, clearly that's untrue, right? That obviously, the account deleted after posting that, it was obviously not legit. Anyways, this led to another employee editing the X Telegram post to include the words reportedly, which of course started an absolute shit show on Twitter of everybody trolling Cointelegraph, adding reportedly to every tweet they were doing. Anyways, at the end of the posts were eventually deleted after the news platform got confirmation from BlackRock that the report was incorrect, while issuing a statement confirming that the information was inaccurate. Liquidations and conspiracy theories. Considering the circumstances surrounding the post, many traders in the crypto community made their frustrations known as the news led to almost $100 million in Bitcoin positions and over $157 million in crypto positions being liquidated in a 24-hour period, according to the data from CoinGlass. Most of these affected were traders who had taken short positions betting against an increase in Bitcoin's price. Following the surge in Bitcoin's price, over $71 million in short positions were wiped out instantly. Cointelegraph's post also sparked some conspiracy theories, with some suggesting that the news platform was probably paid to manipulate the market. Online crypto casino Rollbit posted a screenshot of a trade that seemed to have been placed by someone at the media outlet. The screenshot showed that the trader had placed a long trade on BTC around the time when the false spot Bitcoin ETF approval post was made. The said trader made over $2 million from the trade. However, this has not been confirmed to be true. Okay, so now let's go take a look at what the editor-in-chief had to say from Cointelegraph. And this is brought to us courtesy of the TFTC account. And let's see here. The source is from TimWeb3. All right, let's go take a look at this video here.
And social media posts. And yes, this was disastrous. And this is an example of what cannot happen. But this is what happens when we are having constant pressure to be the first with every news. And this is not a problem of journalism per se. It's a problem of the society and of the technology.
Okay, guys. So according to Christina Corner, or however you pronounce her last name, this is your fault. This is my fault. This is our fault, right? Cointelegraph is not culpable for this. I mean, even though they didn't verify the sources and rushed to get the information out the door and caused hundreds of millions of dollars to be lost on the market, guys, you need to feel guilty about this. This was your fault. Okay, this was my fault. We demanded information too quickly. And as a result, guys, okay, we caused this problem. Don't believe me? Oh, that's okay. I don't believe what I just said either, because it doesn't make any sense. It's total bullshit. Okay. And it's really just scapegoating. Look, I repeat this over and over again. I just sound like a broken record. When you've worked for enough corporations, you understand that obviously, they are incentivized to get, when it comes to products, get your product out the door as soon as possible, right? The minimum viable product, right? Give somebody the minimum viable offering. Now, when it comes to news, of course, you want to be the first one to drop the news. But you also, once you drop that news, it's incredibly difficult to undo the effects, right? The network effects of releasing that information, especially if you were wrong. Okay, or you didn't get it right, or you weren't accurate about it. So the reality is that as much as Cointelegraph wants to blame its customers for its blatant lack of verifying the sources, it's really their fault. Okay, and there's something that I learned a long time ago, which I keep in mind every time I feel pressure. There are no hurried places. There are only hurried people. Okay, so the idea that you need to be first to the market to show that information, people are going to respect, and I think that they're going to appreciate when they know that they have a news source or an information source that at the very least checks to make sure that the sources, number one, exist, and number two, don't come from a deleted account. God, guys. Anyways, look, this was absolute amazing entertainment for Monday morning. I obviously feel terrible for, the people that were stuck in a trade that got wiped out. I'm gonna sound like a jerk, but this is kind of why I don't trade. This is also why I don't leverage. Number one, I just don't think I have the inclination to do it. But also, it's things like this. Like, why would you leave your Bitcoin in a position that possibly could get wiped out like that? And of course, right, to each their own, right? There's some people, they do that kind of stuff. They feel incredibly comfortable. They're confident with doing it. They have a method that works for them, and all right, so be it. But for me, every time I see situations like this, it's just a reminder. Yeah, Phil, that's why you don't do that. That's why you're not trading. That's why you're not leveraging. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Don't forget, drop us a like and subscribe. Help us grow the channel, and I will catch you guys all tomorrow.